got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Realize you were attracted. Again, man, I'm trying to find the best way to ask you.
He's so fascinated by it.
Oh, when did you realize, yo, this shit kind of alright, man?
Geez, man, you're really setting me up to get absolute failure on my freshman thing. I was 30. I was like, yeah, let's try some. Not gonna see how it goes, and then yeah,
What
only
age? Like what?
like 30 when I was 30 years old.
Oh, wow, that's kind of late though. Like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, why not? Sure.
hey, man. Here, so like before 30, like you never had like any type of like inklings, like yo, like that's a fine ass motherfucker, you know?
So like, here's the thing, okay? I'm like, it's very weird. I'm very, very, very straight, or like very hetero-romantic, right? Even if I like hook up with guys, like the thought of like kissing a guy is disgusting to me.
Oh wow.
Or I would never like cuddle with a dude or anything like that. It's just not my thing. But like, you know.
But the penetration was cool.
No, I never do any of that either.
Oh,
I'm just not a big, I'm not a big anal guy.
Right.
Or anything. Yeah.
Because, all right, how familiar are you with DJ Academics? You heard of him?
Yeah, he reacted to my stuff, and he seemed cool because he was agreeing with me.
Right, in the Sneeko beef, right?
Yeah.
That was actually kind of crazy for me to be like, damn, Ack poking his head into the manosphere right here.
That for some reason.
Yeah, he is. Well, yeah, because he stands for true shit too. Where he's like, the way these guys talk about relationships.
Yeah.
Not to say anything, but like, yeah, like the idea, like, oh, it's just some hoe with mileage and I just someone. I was like, bro, find a woman you fucking love. What? Nobody talks about love in the Red Book. You gotta believe in it at all.
If you don't have any critiques of the manosphere, then you're not paying enough attention because there's a whole bunch of fuckery going on. But anyway, Academics' thing was he was like saying that there was a conversation, I guess, on a stream that you guys were on, and the conversation was about like how to get girls or how to deal with girls, whatever. And then he basically said that you being bisexual disqualified you from that conversation, which to me, I kind of feel like Ack knows too much to try to put forth that argument because the reality is that in the rap game, like some of the greatest pussy getters that realistically we could acknowledge are dudes who it's like heavily rumored have done stuff with dudes as well too. It's like very commonly known. I mean, and if you were to expand that to like the rock world or like actors and shit too, I think we could learn a lot from our bisexual brothers.
Okay, I wanted to talk about Destany because I did do a video with him and Angry Man and I forget the other guy, but it was hilarious to me. It was funny to me. I had never heard of Destany in my life before, and this is what happens. They come into black spaces, they kind of get a little more subscribers, and they're brought to black people's attention. And I did a video, but then I was going to do a second one, but then a few things started to come about when I was looking up who this guy really was. And basically he's married, he's bisexual, and I guess that his wife is okay with him being with other men. So the audio that was just played was him saying that the way he engages in the relationship with the man, or there's no relationship at all, there's no hugging, there's no kissing, there's no care, there's nothing romantic, saying that it basically sounds like he's saying he is 99.9% straight, but that 0.1% of him is bisexual and it's just sex, meaning he doesn't want to do everything that he does with a woman, you know, the romance, the dinners, the, you know, connection. He just wants a sexual experience. I don't buy that because I don't know how you just walk into a room, okay, get naked, do what you do, and then leave. There is something about when you're engaging in intimacy that is satisfying you on a physical and mental level. So I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. He's basically saying that he's not being penetrated and he's not penetrating anyone else. So that means that basically he's being sucked off. And he likes the way men do it, I guess. And that gets him off, but women do the same. So what is it about a man that a woman couldn't do? that doesn't, it just is not adding up for me. The math ain't mathing on this one. I don't get it. I mean, it's just like going to the bathroom. You seeing a stranger, you're going to the bathroom and you guys are doing whatever and going back out. I think that's how guys think in their mind. They think that they're not emotionally connected to it. I think they delude themselves into that, because I've heard this even with men talking about women. Oh, it's just sex. I don't care about this person, X, Y, and Z. But I don't believe that. I don't believe any man or woman can have these feelings of attraction, want to be intimate, and there's nothing there because you're being stimulated and pleased physically and mentally. And the mind and the body connect. So I'm not buying it. People can yell it from the rooftop all they want to. It's BS. Because some of those same people, and I've heard men say, they dogged out this woman. I had no emotion. I was with this baddie, but their mind keeps going back to that woman because she was a good ass woman. So that's why I'm not buying that BS. And the final nail in Destiny's coffin, which, I think is disgusting. And I know trying to say that you're coming at this logically instead of emotionally. Anybody who says this is disgusting to me.
I want to walk through the conversation. We can do it. What do you think a pedophile is? Somebody who's attracted to kids. Yes. Somebody who's attracted to prepubescent children. That's what a pedophile is, technically. If a 29-year-old is a 16-year-old, that's not technically pedophilia. They're not a child. I've seen a little bit of evidence on the pragmatic side, and it seems like an okay thing. I probably shouldn't say that, or it sounds bad. From what I've read, apparently men that are given access to child pornography have a higher chance of not actually committing pedophilic actions in real life. And I would argue that that would be a moral good, that if you can prevent people from acting on those urges, that's something that should be explored.
Now, he basically said that if you are a grown-ass man and you're dating a 16-year-old or you have relations with a 16-year-old, that's not seen as pedophilia. You can be 30 years old, 32, 40, 28, and you can go pick your girlfriend up from high school, for the day, take her to Chuck E. Cheese or take her to go get a sandwich, and then do her in the car and then take her back before her class starts. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with a whole grown ass man picking up a 16-year-old from high school and being with them in that way. As if these young girls are ready for that. These men think that because a young girl has gone through puberty and now her body can do what a grown woman's body can do, the mind has not caught up. She's not ready to be with a manipulative 30-year-old that's gone through adulthood and been through some things and can be easily manipulated or persuaded into certain things. The mind is not ready for that. They have to go through certain steps in their life so they can get some experience, so they can know what they want and know what they accept and figure out what's good for them. It's predatory. It's disgusting. And he's disgusting for saying it. He's no different than the MANOSPHERE. Blue hair is a part of it. And then to say that men who are shown child sexual images are less likely to do it, and it could be some type of treatment, is BS. And it's sick. And that's why I said that's the final nail in his coffin. He is absolutely disgusting, if not worse. And that's why I didn't do the second one, because before this even came to my attention, there was some other things that I saw in interviews he was in that let me know that he's on some BS, and all he was trying to do was pander to black women. Also, in the video I did on him, I wanted him to say what was on his mind, like all of the racist stuff that he wanted to say, just so I could see where he lied, but he didn't do it. I thought he might have done it in the second one, but I kind of sped through that one. It was kind of boring. Destiny has made it known who he is. And you know, him and Pearly Things are trying to move into this sector. They know they can find subscribers and success in dealing with certain people in this sector. Then after they milk this sector, then they'll move on and solidify themselves with their own people. And that's why you have to be very careful about the people who you ally with. But if you just sit and watch, eventually they'll let you know who they are. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's as bad as what I think it is, or do you think it's not that big of a deal? And I'll see you in the next one.